Hello and welcome to World Talks on TVP World with me, Ashim Kumar. Poland's energy landscape is evolving with the announcement of the country's first small modular reactor, or SMR, nuclear plant in Wojciech, a major milestone for European nuclear innovation. Wojciech Jakóbik, security analyst at the Energy Security Centre, joins us to discuss the breakthrough partnership between Orlen and Synthos, the cutting-edge BWRX 300 technology, and what SMRs mean for Poland's energy future and security. Welcome, sir, to TVP World, and thanks for taking the time. So, what's the big deal about this reactor?
So the big deal is that those small reactors could give a great impact on energy production for the sake of industrial enterprises like Polish Orlen or any big company that is using big amount of electricity for its production capacity. So sometimes even 1/3 of costs when it comes to economic activity of energy intensive industries is coming from the energy bills. So any enterprise like Orlen, like Amazon, like Google are looking for a great energy source that is stable and in the same time that is providing less CO2 emissions, which are penalized by our common climate policy inside EU. So not to pay too expensive bills, they are looking for solutions. And one of them is a small modular reactor. It is the same reactor that you would have on greater scale when it comes to BWRX, the technology that is proposed by GE Hitachi 2, Orlen and Synthos. It is the same big reactor that is miniaturized to meet the demand of industrial enterprise. It's like 300 gigawatts, so 1/3 of conventional nuclear power plant capacity. So this miniaturized technology is to be tested in Canada in 2028. Sorry, we would have the first SMR in this technology in Darlington, Canada, and then maybe in Włocławek for the needs of Orlen production capacity.
Understood. Thank you for laying that out. But can you clarify? I mean, why not just build another large nuclear power plant? This is a small reactor. Why not, and I presume that there's going to be more than one of these. So why not just build one large one to take the place of all of the new ones that are coming up?
So the catch is that to build a big nuclear reactor, you need to have a heavy financial investment. You need to build it longer, and it's too big for the enterprises like Orlen or any other that is looking for smaller scale. Smaller scale fits suburbs, fits industrial places in which you can fit several SMRs and have the same result with different technology, which should be cheaper. But we'll see about that when we see this Canadian first of a kind reactor that will show us the real economic play behind this technology. We'll see how it works, but it is a different instrument. The big scale nuclear power plant is necessary for the sake of energy system of Poland, for the sake of households, and those SMR technologies are aimed at industrial enterprises that are having their own resource, so they have the decreased cost of energy generation, and by doing so they are more competitive, they meet the climate expectations, and they can compete on global scale.
So these SMRs are going to be specific to particular organizations who pay for them to be manufactured and connected to their factories, offices and so on. Is that right? So every large organization will have its own SMR, is that correct?
Well, so we speak about some specific technology, which is BWRX coming from GE Hitachi. But we have different SMR technologies in play that are to be tested in real production when they are built. But in general, SMRs are smaller and should be cheaper and quicker in construction. So
Yes, but they're
they would meet
specific
the
to a
expectation
particular
of
company, yes?
specific technologies are coming from different companies, and this GE Hitachi technology is coming from a company with a long-term experience with nuclear generation. They provided big-scale nuclear power plants, and now they are trying to introduce a technology of smaller scale reactor because they have a customer. The customer is Orlen, is Syntos, two Polish companies, but it is also Ontario Power Generation in Canada that will have the first nuclear reactor in 2028. So Orlen wants to have two of these in 2035. We'll see about more coming. And in the same time, we have different other SMR technologies coming from different companies like American NuScale, like Rolls-Royce from United Kingdom, and we'll see how it goes because we don't have any of these working in real life, not mentioning submarines, the military submarines, which are totally different environment from some city suburbs or some industrial areas.
Understood. So, what does this mean assuming everything works as we hope, what does it mean for Poland's energy security? And will it make Poland a net energy exporter?
So, the more energy you have on site when you have your industrial enterprise, the less you use from the outside. So the burden on energy system is smaller. So the more SMRs are fueling the industry on site without using the grid, the less capacity is being taken from the grid. So the grid is having smaller burden and you have more capacity to be used in different places. So in general, by investing in big and small scale of nuclear reactors in Poland, will increase our capacity. And looking at French example, the French are producing like 60% of their energy from nuclear reactors. They are frequently a net exporter. And if Poland has a plenty of capacity by investing in nuclear but also renewables, we could become a net exporter.
Understood. Now, of course, one of the key questions that always comes up when we talk about nuclear energy is that of safety. How safe are nuclear reactors today?
So big-scale nuclear reactors are safe. You see it in Ukraine that in spite of everything that is going on in Zaporizhia nuclear power plant, for example, we didn't have a nuclear incident yet. And the other reactors are also safe in spite of horrible things that are going on in Ukraine. You don't have catastrophes like Fukushima, which was a result of tsunami. You don't have Chernobyl, which was a result of Soviet mess in general. So nuclear energy is providing energy security to different countries around the world. We see a nuclear renaissance. Countries which are already having reactors are investing in reopening them, prolonging their work, and countries that are not having nuclear energy yet are investing in it, and Poland is among them. So nuclear energy is safe. According to European Commission, the International Energy Agency, we need nuclear energy to meet our climate goals. So it is safety, but also climate and the decrease in energy prices.
Understood. Now, just one last question. What proportion of Poland's energy needs do you expect to be satisfied with nuclear energy, and what proportion through coal, for example?
So now coal provides around 60% of Polish electricity generation, and in future, in 40s, we could expect the coal to decrease to 10%, and nuclear generation could increase to 20-25%, and that's enough because you just need a small baseload capacity, which could be nuclear, and it could be like 20-25% to have an energy security with increased generation from renewables. But the good part of this equation is that nuclear energy and renewables are not emitting any CO2. So you have hard energy security and climate policy goals met in the same time.
Understood. Thank you very much, Wojciech Jakóbik, for sharing
My pleasure.
your analysis with our audience. Have a good evening.
You too. Bye.
Thank you. And that brings us to the end of this episode of World Talks. Don't go away, though. As always, lots more coming up. Bye.